Hey guys, it's Throwing Co here with a SML mock draft team analysis for you guys. First thing I'd like to say, I'd like to give a shout out to my partners who helped me with this, Mad Bomber with the draft analysis and Meats with the stats. I couldn't do the study, either of you. So I appreciate both of you for helping me. A few disclaimers. I am not the most technological savvy. This is probably the first thing I've produced. So production-wise, fingers crossed. Second, there's in each team page, there's a section for notable offseason signings. With the high speed of the SML and the high demand for the mock draft being released, I had to omit that part for this offseason, but hopefully in the future I can implement it because I think it'd be a cool asset to have. So let's get the show on the road. For the first pick was the Washington football team. The owner's Blunt. He's got an SML record of 64-96 with 2 division titles, and our Mad Bomber draft prediction has him taking wide receiver Jermaine Haggins. Outside of Terry McLaurin, Washington is lacking weapons for whoever the quarterback ends up being, and Haggins would immediately step in and be a difference maker for the offense. Second, we have the New York Jets with Latin Yank. He has an SML record of 9-36 with 0 division, conference, or Super Bowl titles. Our Mad Bomber draft prediction has him taking right end Rayshon Givens. The Jets have a lot of needs and plenty of picks and cap space to fill them. With this pick, I look for them to take the best player at a need position, and it's the speed rusher from Miami. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions with owner Hova, who has a 3-13 career record in the SML. Our draft prediction has him taking wide receiver Tory Wiggins. Kind of a surprise pick here, but I think the Lions see a chance to add another playmaker to their offense, and the temptation is too great for them to pass up. Pairing Wiggins with Galladay, Hawkinson, and Swift makes the Lions one of the best offenses on paper. With the fourth pick, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars with the owner Mad Bomber. He acquired this pick through the real-life trade with the Los Angeles Rams. Mad Bomber has 1 division title and 0 conference Super Bowl titles. His draft prediction is middle linebacker Dakota Stockton. Despite having other needs, the Jaguars are elated to have Stockton fall to them at 4. Stockton would immediately challenge Joe Schobert for the starting spot. Very possible the Jaguars trade out of this spot to a team looking for a quarterback. The fifth pick, we have the Buffalo Bills with owner Noel. Noel has an 82-61 career SML record with 3 division titles, 0 conference and 0 Super Bowl titles for him as well. Our draft prediction has him taking right tackle Lloyd Boone. With no right tackle on the roster, look for Buffalo to take the top guy on the board. While not the flashy of picks, this fills an immediate need for the Bills, and he becomes a starter from day 1. Up next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with new owner Dallas, who has yet to play an SML game. But we'll see what he can do. He's coming in talking a lot of game. Our draft prediction has him taking strong safety Emmett Saunders. Rumors have been swirling that the Bucs have become increasingly excited about Saunders after his performance in the college All-Star game. Strong safety isn't a huge need for the team, but they might like him enough to make the pick. Next up, we have the New Orleans Saints, staying in the NFC South with owner Colt, who has an SML record of 67-92 with 0 titles all around. Our Mad Bomber draft prediction has him taking quarterback Trevor Hartwig. Says, I know the Saints have Gardner Minshew, but the fact is he's not the long-term answer. Hartwig would come in with something Minshew doesn't have, and that's arm strength. With one of the biggest arms in the draft, Hartwig would provide a boost to an offense that needs a threat downfield to open things up for Kamara. Coming at the 8th pick, we have the Indianapolis Colts, owner Prime, with a SML record of 120-40, 14 division titles, 21 conference titles, and 16 Super Bowl titles. We are unknown with the draft prediction for this. With this pick being traded to the Colts from the Steelers very recently, we currently don't have a mock pick in mind, but believe the Colts may have moved up for a QB to compete with Jacob Eason. 9th, we have the Cincinnati Bengals with ownable Terrible Two-Step, who has a SML record of 59-101. 0 division titles, conference, and Super Bowl titles for Two-Step. Our draft prediction has him taking tight end Steven Barker. The Bengals got their quarterback last year, and now they need to surround him with weapons. Barker is a day 1 impact player that should provide Burrow a reliable safety blanket that's capable of making big plays in the downfield passing game. Next up, we have the Dallas Cowboys and Grams with a SML record of 103-56, with 13 division titles and double zeros in conference and Super Bowl titles. Our draft prediction has him taking center Preston Gray. The Cowboys acquired this pick from the Packers in the Leighton Vander Esch trade and should use it to solidify an already dominant offensive line. Gray will move into a starting lineup day one for the Cowboys. With the 11th pick, we have Future with a 109-50 SML record, 14 division titles, and also double zeros in the conference Super Bowl titles. We have the Raiders taking left guard Mason Herman. The Raiders need a left guard, and Herman is by far the best one in the draft. Herman is also one of the most athletic guards and will fit in on a team that looks to be trying to run a fast-paced offense there in Las Vegas. I might have said Oakland on accident, but they are in Las Vegas now. Next, we have the Tennessee Titans at 12, owned by Coop, who has an SML record of 19-43 with no titles to show for it. We have Coop taking cornerback D. Knox. The Titans would love if one of their quarterbacks somehow fell to them here, but getting their choice at cornerback wouldn't upset them either. Knox would start opposite of Dory Jackson and give them a solid pairing in the defensive backfield for years to come. At 13, we have the New England Patriots, owned by PJ, with an SML record of 47-113 with 0 division conference or Super Bowl titles. We have PJ taking middle linebacker Brian Harrison. After the departure of Dante Hightower, the Patriots will add Harrison to take his place in the middle of that defense. They could also go with a receiver here if there is someone they really like, but we haven't taken Harrison for now. 14th, we got the Kansas City Chiefs and ZZ with an SML record of 53-107. He does have 2 division titles, but nothing else to show for it. Mad Bomber has him taking cornerback Ben Spittle. The Chiefs are going to need help on defense if they're going to contend in the AFC West. They have to be excited to see Spittle on the board when they pick, and hope that he'll be able to help them slow down the explosive AFC West passing attacks. After that, we got the Baltimore Ravens at 15th, owner NYT, with an SML career record of 73-87. 7 division titles, 1 conference title, and no Super Bowls for NYT. We have NYT taking free safety Chris Fisher. The Ravens have an extremely good roster and have the flexibility of being able to take the best available player here. Chris Fisher should come in and give them a depth at the free safety position right away. After that, we got the, about halfway through the first round, we got the Atlanta Falcons, Lawyer Killer, SML record of 84-76 with 8 division titles, 4 conference titles, and 1 Super Bowl title. Mad Bomber draft prediction has him taking right outside linebacker Reynaldo Farley. As a team that has very little cap flexibility, the Falcons will need to try and fill needs through the draft. Farley will fill that need outside linebacker and hopefully help slow down opposing offenses in a division filled with running back talent in the NFC South. 17, we got the Philadelphia Eagles with Chris, an SML career record of 57-75 with 1 division title and nothing else to show for it. We have the Eagles taking middle linebacker Tristan Holliday. The Eagles are another team that is extremely cap-strapped, but being able to select a player like Holliday should take their mind off of that situation for a while. Holliday ran the second fast 40-yard dash for middle linebackers, and that speed will be useful in the Eagles' defense. At 18, we got the Jets with their second pick of the first round, thanks to the trade with the Seahawks in real life. Latin Yank, as stated before, 9-36. We have them taking free safety Cortez Street here with their second pick in the first round. The Jets feel a need at free safety. Street was the fastest free safety at the combine, and the Jets will love having that speed roaming the defensive backfield. At 19, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers with Oger KJ Slander, KJ, SML career record of 22-100. This was the other end of the trade with the Colts, and we are also unknown in this one, but we could see the Steelers going QB available if there's one that they like, but if not, we expect them to beef up either of their lines, offensive or defensive. The 20th pick, we will see Prime again with the Indianapolis Colts. We already know all his stats, as stated earlier, and we have him taking right end K. Knoll. The Colts used the second pick in the first round to take the best player available. Knowing that they will be facing Derrick Henry twice a year, the Colts will likely use both picks to bolster their defense up and give them something to stand on. At 21, we have the Cleveland Browns, Woods with an SML record of 93-67, but just 1 division title and nothing else to show for that record. We have him taking left outside linebacker Raekwon Gilliard. The Browns would love to have Gilliard fall to them at 21. He being one of the most athletic linebackers in this draft, pairing him with Myles Garrett would cause problems for opposing defenses. 22, we have New York Giants with owner myself, Rowan. I've got an SML record of 61-81 with triple zeros to show for it. Our Mad Bomber draft prediction has me taking defensive tackle Lance Pinner. As explosive as the Giants' offense can be, their defense is a glaring weakness, and Pinner would do a lot to help turn that around. The Giants would benefit from picking the run-stopping defensive tackle who is blazing fast for a 300-pound lineman. At pick 23, we have the San Francisco 49ers, owned by Dump, with an SML record of 108-52, but just one division title to show for that record. Our Mad Bomber draft prediction has him taking center Conrad Burr. The 49ers are a team that would love to move up to get a quarterback, but if they can't, I look for them to take Burr and transition him to guard where they have a need. Burr comes in as one of the top centers in college football, but he's athletic enough to make that transition to play guard for the 49ers. At pick 24, we'll see the Cowboys for the second time again in this first round here. Grams already know his stats, double zeros for conference and Super Bowl titles, but we have him taking left outside linebacker Donovan Bailey. The Cowboys filled their need at center with the 10th pick, and now they add an outside linebacker with Bailey. Bailey played at a smaller school, but showed that he belongs with a strong performance in the Senior Bowl. At pick 25, we have Royce with the Carolina Panthers with an SML record of 105-55, 8 division titles, 1 conference title, and fell short ultimately in his 1 Super Bowl. We have him taking middle linebacker Deontay Richardson. Since losing Luke Kuechly to retirement, the Panthers have been looking for a leader on defense, and they hope to have found it with Richardson. Richardson was one of the fastest players at his position, and he'll use that speed to chase around those NFC South running backs. 26, we have the Chicago Bears and Figs with a 22-56 record with nothing to show for it. We have him taking right end Justin Thornton. Despite defense being a strength for this team, I think Thornton is too good to pass up at this spot and could make an already good defense even better. I could see them taking right tackle here if their guy is there, but I think right end is going to be the best available way to go. At 27, we have the Miami Dolphins, Coach Pauly. An SML record of 61-35 with 3 division titles. We got his draft prediction being right end Jabari Newberry. The Dolphins were lacking a pass rush last season, and Newberry is a speed rusher that should immediately fix that problem. At 6'3", 263, Newberry will be a matchup nightmare for teams in the AFC East. At 28, we got Dan with an SML record of 52-7, but just 2 division titles, and that's all. We have him taking left tackle Terrell Stamper. The Broncos have very few actual needs, but they could use an improvement at left tackle. Stamper could come in right away and compete for the starting spot and develop into someone they can play there for the rest of the cycle. At 29, we'll see the Jaguars again, Mad Bomber. We have him taking tight end Jonathan Morant. The Jaguars will be likely losing Tyler Eifert at the end of this season, and Morant will be a more than capable replacement. Coming in at 6'6", he would give Winston another big target in the red zone where the Jaguars' offense struggled last year. At 30, we got the Minnesota Vikings and Faz, 15-1 and 1 division title in his only season in the SML. We have him taking left tackle Lorenzo Meander. The Vikings could use some help at left tackle position, and Meander fits that need. The Vikings have some players that are aging, but they should have another season before they need to make changes elsewhere, so we see him going left tackle in this draft. At 31, we'll see the Buccaneers also again for the second time in this first round. We have them taking left outside linebacker Spencer O'Neal. The Buccaneers look to fill a need at outside linebacker, although the top guys have been picked already. O'Neal posted one of the faster 40 times for the position, and the Bucs' new ownership seems to value speed quite a bit there in Tampa Bay. And with the final pick in the first round, we have the Los Angeles Chargers with owner QB holding an 86-26 record with 4 division titles, 3 conference titles, and 3 Super Bowl titles. We have him taking free safety Peter Whitley. The Chargers declined to re-sign Earl Thomas, and Whitley can come in and fill that role right away. Although they have Adderley and Jenkins are already there, the Chargers have the luxury of being able to make this pick in hopes that they have a better player than those 2 already are. That overall will close out our mock draft for the SML 2021 first round. Here's an overview of the entire mock draft for you guys to look at, and hope that this goes good and smooth, and If you guys liked it, let me know. We'll keep it going, and I appreciate you guys for coming out and listening.